Stop scrolling. Right now. Imagine a creature so small you need a microscope to see it. That can survive the vacuum of outer space, temperatures near absolute zero, crushing pressures 6 times greater than the deepest ocean trench, and being boiled alive. It can dry out completely for decades, then wake up and reproduce like nothing happened. This isn't science fiction. This is a real animal living on Earth today, right now, possibly in the moss on a tree near you. Welcome to the unbelievable verified story of the tardigrade, the toughest creature on the planet. If you're the kind of person who loves facts that challenge everything you thought you knew, hit that like button and stay with me. We're about to dive into a mystery that scientists still study because it sounds impossible, until the evidence proves it's true. These microscopic water bears, or moss piglets, were first described in 1773 by German pastor J.A.E. Goes. Today, scientists recognize roughly 1,300 to over 1,400 described species, with more being discovered regularly. They live everywhere, from hot springs to Antarctic ice, deep-sea sediments to your backyard. But here's the mind-blowing part. Tardigrades can enter a state called cryptobiosis, or ton form. They lose up to 99% of their body water, curl into a tiny barrel shape, and basically shut down their metabolism to near zero. In this state, they can survive conditions that would instantly kill every other known animal. The recurring image: a simple drop of water. At first, it's their home. Then it becomes the key to their survival. And later it reveals why they might help us understand life beyond Earth. This isn't exaggeration. These facts come from peer-reviewed experiments by institutions like the European Space Agency and researchers publishing in journals such as Current Biology. It sounds completely made up. How can something with no brain, no skeleton, and barely any size endure the void of space, or radiation levels that shatter DNA, or pressures that would crush a submarine? Most animals die without water, in days. Humans can't survive more than a few minutes in the vacuum of space. Our bodies would swell, blood would boil, and we'd lose consciousness almost instantly. Yet these tiny creatures were deliberately sent into orbit, exposed to the raw environment, and brought back alive. Skeptics might say, that can't be real. It must be lab-controlled or exaggerated. Or nothing survives absolute zero or boiling temperatures. But the experiments were done in open space, not simulation. The numbers are documented, the survival rates measured. It defies our everyday assumptions about what life can endure. The water drop returns here. We think of it as gentle and life-giving. To a tardigrade in ton form, it's irrelevant, until it's not. Tardigrades have been around for about 600 million years, predating dinosaurs by hundreds of millions of years. They belong to their own phylum, Tardigrada, related to arthropods. The breakthrough understanding came from modern experiments. In 2007, the European Space Agency's Photon M3 mission TARDIS experiment sent dehydrated tardigrades into low Earth orbit. They were exposed for 10 days to vacuum, cosmic radiation, and in some cases direct solar UV. Upon return and rehydration, many revived, and some even reproduced successfully. Ingmar Johnson and colleagues reported in Current Biology, 2008, that over 2/3 of protected samples survived vacuum and radiation. A small number even endured full solar UV. This built on earlier lab work, showing they tolerate -272 degrees Celsius, plus 150 degrees Celsius briefly, and extreme pressure. The verified truth: tardigrades are the first animals confirmed to survive exposure to the open vacuum of space. In the ton state, they produce protective proteins and sugars like trehalose that stabilize their cells. Their DNA can be damaged, but repaired upon rehydration. They don't just endure extremes, they come back functional. Wait, it gets even stranger in the full explanation ahead. But first, if this blew your mind so far, subscribe and turn on notifications. We're just getting started with the evidence. The water drop changes meaning again. It's not just revival, it's the trigger that restarts a biology suspended for years or decades. Misconception 1. They're indestructible. No, they have limits. Full UV in space killed most. High-impact crashes, like the 2019 Beresheet lunar lander, likely didn't leave them viable. They need that final water drop to revive. Misconception 2. They live forever. They have lifespans when active, months to years, but the ton state lets them pause time, not immortality. Misconception 3. They're rare aliens or new discoveries. They're ancient Earth natives, found globally, including in everyday moss, not sci-fi invaders. These myths come from viral oversimplifications. Real science, from National Geographic to peer-reviewed papers, shows extraordinary but bounded resilience. Let's break it down with the evidence. Tardigrades enter ton by expelling water and producing trehalose, which acts like a glass-like protector for cells, discovered in studies by researchers like John Crow at UC Davis. In space, vacuum doesn't kill them because they're already desiccated. Cosmic radiation is handled by repair mechanisms. Solar UV is the biggest killer, as it directly damages DNA, but even some survived in the 2007 tests. Lab tests confirm they survive pressures up to 6,000 atmospheres, temperatures from near absolute zero to boiling, and decades without food or water. Upon rehydration, they repair and resume life, including reproduction. Wait, it gets even stranger. Some species show unique genes for damage suppression and repair. They've survived simulated Martian conditions in labs and multiple ISS-related experiments. Their ancient lineage means they outlasted 5 mass extinctions. The water drop motif completes. It's the everyday assumption of fragility turned into their ultimate survival key, and a potential model for preserving human tissues or understanding panspermia. Every claim here traces to documented experiments, ESA, Current Biology, National Geographic summaries of primary research. No speculation, just verified results. Understanding tardigrades isn't just cool trivia. The resilience informs astrobiology. Could similar life exist on icy moons or Mars? It helps develop better preservation for vaccines, organs, and food. Their DNA repair mechanisms could inspire radiation protection for astronauts or cancer research. In a universe full of extremes, they prove life's adaptability has few limits on Earth, and possibly elsewhere. They challenge us to rethink what alive really means when metabolism nearly stops. Next time you see moss or a puddle, remember, hidden inside could be creatures that have touched the void of space and returned. Real animals that make the impossible routine. They've been here 600 million years, quietly proving life is far tougher than we assume. Did you already know this about tardigrades? Which fact surprised you most? The space survival or the ton state? What other impossible but true phenomenon should we explore next? Drop your thoughts below. The best discussions happen in the comments. If this script expanded your sense of wonder, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves real science that sounds fake.